Connection Gurus. I'm Sophia.
I'm glad you remember who you are this time.
Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
Hi. You know what we're going to talk about tonight, Sarah?
Yes. Obviously, I'm here to...
Well, mixed signals.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I've been having some today.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
But before we get into our topic, we just want to make this disclaimer to avoid confusion and to respect everyone's individual beliefs. We will be using the terms twin flames, soulmates, spiritual connections, and spiritual partnerships. They're all interchangeable in a way.
Just to keep it simple.
Yeah,
and
to keep it
no
simple.
arguing and
right,
blah,
yeah.
blah, blah.
Everyone's entitled to their own beliefs, so we're using these labels. I hate to say labels. We're using these identities, I guess, so you can choose for yourself which one resonates best with you. Okay?
Cool.
You can find us on social media, on Facebook at Soulmates and Twin Flames, and you can also find us on Instagram at Soulmates Twin Flames.
That was easy.
That was easy. We set it up that way deliberately.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so back to mixed signals. Mixed signals only cause confusion in the soulmate and twin flame experience. Soulmate and twin flame relationships are hard enough to navigate as it is. But when you toss in mixed signals that can happen with a couple between the soulmates or twin flame spiritual partnership, things can get really crazy. So why do we have mixed signals in these spiritual partnerships, Sarah?
Well, the reason soulmates and twin flames send mixed signals is not always intentional. They don't mean to drive their partner crazy or put them on edge. Often they're trying to work through their own acceptance of the soul connection. I mean, let's be honest, nobody is usually fully prepared, once they've experienced a soul connection, regardless of what they think or how much they wanted it or how prepared they thought they were going to be. There is no previous experience to really draw from or learn in advance of how to really navigate the journey. Talking to friends or family really isn't an option. If they haven't had a soulmate or twin flame experience themselves, and each experience is different, so how can they really understand?
Well, they can't, really. I mean, and there's no way to truly know what you're going through unless someone has been there. So if your friends and family, whatever, they've never had this kind of experience, this kind of connection, they really won't understand what you're talking about. So if you already think you may be losing your mind, you may be afraid to share what you're going through, right? Because no one wants to be ashamed, and many fear judgment from others. Some people have to work out what they are having issues with regarding their connection, whether it's a soulmate connection, twin flame connection, whatever, okay? Until they do that, they can't properly articulate to anyone what they're feeling and thinking.
Mm-hmm. There's an adjustment period that starts when twin flames and soulmates meet. It begins for both of them at the same time, but in most cases, they fully accept their connection at different times, which is a lot of fun and causes a lot of problems. And this is one of the main reasons for mixed signals between them. When a partner is going through the adjustment period, and they often, flip-flop, between embracing the connection, and rejecting the connection, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so one day or minute or hour, depending on the individual involved, they may just be kind of going with the flow and sending out positive signals, all is well and great in their world. They're talking about their emotions, being very open, discussing the future of the relationship and how happy they are. But then the next day, it's completely different.
Yeah, all of a sudden, they seem withdrawn, both in their emotions and with their words. Where yesterday they spoke of how they want to spend every waking moment together, now they're saying they may not have the time to, see you for a while. So did their feelings change? Did what they want change? No. When you're on the receiving end of mixed signals like this, the first thing you need to do is not panic. Don't let the mixed signals you're receiving kind of have like a domino effect on you.
Right, because the first thing to understand is that feelings don't change for anyone overnight. So let that go immediately. Secondly, although it is tough, keep in mind this is a process that your partner has to work out. They're not doing this to hurt you. It's their internal struggle that they're dealing with. Now, this doesn't excuse them because there's no excuses for this, okay? But this is just sort of like the process that they're having to deal with on their end.
It's about cutting them a little bit of slack,
Yeah.
unless they're sabotaging it on purpose.
Yeah, that's a whole other issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for some people to see a side of themselves that they didn't know existed. They may have never heard of soulmates or twin flames before, or they may not have believed that soulmates or twin flames existed. They have no one to turn to ask for guidance, and they're trying to figure this all out in their heads, all by themselves, and they're confused, so that's going to make you confused as well. But how did they go from someone who can handle their emotions so well to someone whose emotions have gone off the charts? Why are they so out of control?
Well, they may be very cautious, because they've been hurt before. They need relationships to develop at a slower pace so they can build trust over time. Now they feel they're head over heels with somebody that they just met, and that is really scary, and that is really uncomfortable. So they go back and forth between thoughts and feelings of, this is great, to this is the weirdest, scariest thing that's ever happened to me. So of course you're going to get plenty of mixed signals from them. You're going through your own acceptance journey, so this can also then throw, you for a loop. You're both kind of having to navigate, they could call it the twin flame soulmate journey, whatever one you want, and that's supposed to be something that you go on together. But there is also what you do as an individual and how you handle it, as an individual. So there's kind of different moving parts to all of it, and you're not always working in tandem. You're supposed to be learning your lessons, so you will be working in tandem, but right from the get-go, that's often not the case.
Right, so please keep in mind that your journey of acceptance is yours, and theirs is theirs. You're going to go at different speeds because you're different people. Perhaps you're more spiritually advanced. Perhaps they are more spiritually advanced. You can't carry them along or force acceptance on them. They will not be able to deny the connection between the two of you forever, regardless of how many mixed signals they send you. So eventually, they will reach a point where they surrender, they give in, and they give up fighting. Every twin flame and soulmate reach a point where they accept the connection is real. What they both decide to do about that connection, though, that's a whole other story.
And that's a whole other show.
A whole other issue for another day.
And you know what? Please feel free to put in the comment section, any topics you might like us to, go through at another time, or any questions you may have, that we can answer. We're not going to get into personal readings because of privacy issues, but if you have any just general questions, or especially, topics, for a YouTube video or a radio show or podcast, whatever, just let us know.
Right. So please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And all of our links to all of our social media and websites are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.